Hello, and welcome to You Need to Know. If you guys are unaware, last week we were not having this show. Just a bunch of stuff came up that was out of my control. I apologize. But this last week has been a very busy week. Before we jump into the actual huge story, I just want to let you know that I want to be a voice of reason during this time because it is very troubling for everybody. Let's just get into it. Let's be calm, civilized. Let's do this. Let's get into our headlines. So last Tuesday was Super Tuesday Part 2. 6 states, including Michigan, which was the biggest delegate prize, had their Democratic primaries. Joe Biden walked away with 4 states, and Bernie Sanders walked away with just 1. That means Joe Biden is having a demanding and commanding lead against Bernie as of right now. But today is the primary in 5 more states, so it could be turned around. Today is Florida that is the big prize, but who knows? The debate, Bernie Sanders versus Joe Biden, one-on-one, mano-a-mano, went live on Sunday night. Now, it was a big deal, a very big deal actually, because it was Bernie's last chance for victory. If he wanted to win the primaries, then he would have had to destroy Biden in the debate. Now, it's all up to opinion. I feel like he had a chance to do that, and he somewhat was able to take advantage of that victory. But like I said, your debates and opinions on said debate was up to personal preference. So there is a link in the description to a highlight of the debate so that you can see for yourself what happened. Bernie may be having a troubling time in the polls, but due to his age, it's the coronavirus that he should be worrying about. The coronavirus has spread over 500% in America since March 9th. A week ago, it was less than 1,000 cases. As of now, we are over nearly the 4,000 mark. That is a lot. That is dangerous. Now, while the death toll doesn't seem that much, only about 70 to 80 deaths as of right now, it is. It's a bit because it's been growing exponentially. If it was just 1, and it wasn't growing exponentially, then it's not a big deal. Or if it was growing at a constant rate, it's exponifying every time that it spreads. Last Wednesday, President Trump addressed the nation, which was pretty important. He declared how important coronavirus was in his second address from the Oval Office since taking office, and he gave us what we can only assume were words of encouragement. President Trump also held a press conference on Friday to declare a state of emergency over the coronavirus, which means he has state of emergency, national emergency powers. Whether Trump will or will not use it is up to what he wants to do. I'm not going to say one way or the other on where his powers can stand. It is up to personal preference, like I've said before. Coronavirus is also going over the 200,000 case mark in 115 plus countries. Italy is hit the hardest. China is starting to recover. And America is just going downhill. As of Saturday, Disneyland and Disney World were both closed, which is when we assumed that this was getting serious. Now, while coronavirus is very dangerous, it is not the be-all, end-all of humanity. There are a couple things that you can do to avoid getting sick. I'll share some of these tips with you. First, wash your hands often. If you have stuff on your hands, just wash it off. Wash your hands as often as possible. Sanitize your hands if soap and water are not available, but obviously soap and water are important. Do not panic buy. If you buy too much stuff, then no one else has the stuff to buy, which means dangerous stuff for everybody. Another thing is social distancing. Do not touch people. Don't get anywhere near other people. The CDC has recommended 6 feet distance between each person, and Trump himself has said avoid congregations of 10 or more people, obviously for health and safety reasons. If it's your family, you can probably get away with that, but do not touch people unless you've been hanging around them all day, and they'll probably have it from you anyways. And something to keep in point is we are at a time where grocery stores are being sold out of products. Toilet paper, canned foods, and bottled water specifically, among many others. Now, if you are in a panic mode, do not panic buy. Of course, stock up. Stock up enough to have about a month's worth of groceries, but do not take more than you need. If you take more than you need, you're taking it from someone else. So please, just look. Zoom in on my camera. I'm going to tell you a few things. Something that's very important. This game of life is not every man for himself. We are playing the long game as of right now. We are in it for the long haul. And although we are going to be quarantined with many schools, districts closing down all over the country, it is very dangerous. Don't get me wrong. Take the coronavirus seriously. But you have to remember, it's not every man for himself. We are humanity. And we will get through this together. No matter what. So be considerate of other people. And hopefully we can get it done. Let's go on to the desk. Thank you. So, here at the desk is mostly the unscripted version of what I just told you of the headlines. Where I talk about something very important to me. Now this week, our important thing is the coronavirus, actually. I give my thoughts, and then we talk about it for a little bit, then we just go. So we're going to jump into this pretty swiftly. Okay. I'm not too scared of the virus itself. Now, it's been said that 40 to 70% of all Americans will get the virus. That's bad. That's a lot of people. That's from just under half to a lot over half. Which means I might get it with my luck. With my luck, I will definitely get it. Am I scared of it? A little bit. I mean, it is a virus. I don't like to be sick. So knowing that I'm probably going to be sick is a little bit unsettling. But something else I'll say is I'm more scared of the way people are reacting. People are going into grocery stores. They're buying up all of the toilet paper. They're buying up all the food, buying up all the water. There's almost none left. Which means that if you didn't hit it early, you don't get to hit it at all. Which means loitering and looting and all that. Not loitering. That means looting is going to be a big deal pretty soon enough. My neighbors and I and my family, we're just prepping for when people start looting each other's houses. We're just waiting for that moment. Because it's going to happen soon enough. It's going to happen. And it is a little scary to know that, there's a very high chance that someone can just break into your home with no regard for your personal well-being. It's a scary world that we live in out here. It really is. And to know that there's not too much you can do about it, that's probably the scariest part of it all. I can't tell the coronavirus to slow down. Can't do that. I can't make people stop buying food. I can't do that. That's kind of scary. But something I will say is that just have hope at this point. It's pretty important to always believe that you're going to be okay, because we are going to be okay. Eventually, at some point, we will be fine. We'll turn out okay. And hopefully that time is soon. And hopefully we can do it pretty quickly. And yeah, it's kind of scary just to know what's out there, what they're truly planning. They're making a vaccine right now. Clinical trials for a vaccine are going down. They're happening right about now. And we won't know the results of that for a minute or two. We're not going to know it for quite some time. But we're getting somewhere, which is kind of nice. It's better than being nowhere. But it will get worse, definitely. It's going at an exponential rate, the amount of people who are having it in the US alone. I'm not too sure about the rest of the world. I feel like it's similar. But Trump banned travel from all the European countries. I didn't mention that because it is important, but it's just, see, like, that should have been like the big news story of any given week, but because it's this week, it was like the most boring news piece that we've seen all week. It was insane just this week. So stay safe. Really, don't go outside if you don't have to. Just be careful. That's mainly what I'm saying. Don't if you don't have to, don't go places. But can't really stop you from doing that, can I? Yeah, just be safe. Just be fine. You'll be okay. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week. You know, normally I like to have these like blooper things as like kind of like an extra bit while I'm talking to the camera while this is going on. It's scary, isn't it? But yeah, it will be fine. It's okay. We're in the outro. So thank you. We'll see you next week. Bye. I don't know how to say it. I know the news and you needed to know, but now you know and I need to know. Something like that.
That made no sense.
Exactly.